Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing the latest transfer stories. We start with Frank Kessie as Juventus move closer to the Barca star, offer to sign him on loan with a mandatory purchase clause. According to latest reports, we are going to discuss about that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Alejandro Balde, as it has been reported that Barca will announce contract renewal of the crucial defender after pre-season tour in the United States. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Of the options Frank Kessie has on his table, Juventus currently stand out as one of the most appealing ones. The Serie A side may not offer the same money as clubs from Saudi Arabia, but provide him with a platform to showcase his talents in Europe for the years to come. Earlier this week, it came to light that the old lady see the Ivory Coast International to be one of the fundamental pillars of their project should he join. Unsurprisingly, he is now seen as a priority target for them, with negotiations moving swiftly. According to a report from Nicola Ballis, Juventus hope to sign Frank Kessie on loan with a mandatory clause to purchase him for 15 million euros at the end of the season. They still have to convince the player of the project, but they are confident that they will be able to do so. In their effort to coerce Frank Kessie to sign for them, the Turin-based side are willing to match his Barcelona salary while also offering him a guaranteed starting role. Moreover, they have already created space for the midfield star on their roster by selling Artur Melo. The 26-year-old star currently finds himself far down the pecking order on Xavi Hernandez's setup and knows he will find it so difficult to see minutes next season. His first choice is to continue under the Spaniards' command, but the competition in the middle of the pack is extremely fierce in the Catalonia capital next season. Barcelona and Juventus have thus planned a meeting in the United States to resolve Frank Kessie's future at the earliest. The Italians are willing to meet Laporta's asking price of 15 million euros for the star as it stands. However, it remains to be seen if the Catalans can postpone the payment until next season as the Italians propose. Of course, Frankie's future remains up in the air as Juventus remain the highest club showing interest, and Barca are really desperate to sell him as the club needs to balance the books. And of course, let's not forget that selling Franchise, as Barca emphasized, is not for sporting reasons, but for the economic reasons. Barca are going through a lot, and they know for sure that if they don't sacrifice certain players to go out of the club, it's going to be a problematic something. Frank Kessie wants to stay. He has always made it clear that he wants to stay. He has just played for one season. And it's kind of like, kind of cruel if you see it in the sporting way that Frank Kessie wants to be kicked out of the club. And it is what it is. Honestly, I'm not for the idea for Frank Kessie leaving, but when we look at the economic side of things, Barcelona are crumbling. To buy players is not easy. To buy players even for 20 million Barca cans. Wages, in fact, everything is just going down the drain. And it is something very urgent. Barca have been slow in their selling. It's not like how we expected it to be, and it's really, really disappointing. Because a lot of these players that have been put up for sale, there have been a lot of delays in negotiations with the suitors. Because when we look at the case of Tottenham, for example, with the England situation, up to now, ever since 1 month ago, I've been talking about that, but it seems as though things are not moving smoothly. and the transfer window time is going. We don't need to start sliding off. And of course, so as for Frankie season case, they are saying Juventus are still hotly showing interest as they are of course they are hopeful that the deal will be done. Barca have emphasized that they want 15 million. So Juventus' idea is going for a loan move for the midfielder with an option to buy for that 15 million end of the season. Even though Barca's idea was to sell him outrightly, permanently this summer. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Alejandro Balde's contract renewal until 2028 is only a matter of weeks, with a report from Mundo Deportivo confirming that the news will be made official once the team returns from the pre-season tour in early August. Barca and Balde, along with his agent George Mendes, have been locked in negotiations over a new deal since his ongoing contract ending in 2024. For what it is worth, Barca have already received the green light from his agent, and there is, in fact, an agreement in principle that will be made official in the 2nd of August. Initial reports claim that Balde's new contract will be a 4-year deal, but as it turns out, the parties involved have agreed to commit for 5 years, meaning that his new deal will run till 2028. Interestingly enough, as part of his new deal, his release clause will rise up to a whopping 1 billion to fend off potential suitors such as Man City, a team that tries to lure the left back away this summer. The 19-year-old, however, has decided to stay put by rejecting the lucrative offer from the Premier League and European champions, according to the aforementioned reports. As of today, Balde continues to recover from an injury that he picked up during the final phase of last season. The injury means that Balde may only be able to return to action at the final stages of the preseason. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.